The Food and Nutrition Research Institute's Sensory Evaluation Laboratory primarily serves the sensory evaluation needs of FNRI in-house researchers. FNRI SEL assists food industries with their product to move up the value chain and attain global competitiveness through research, teaching or training, and consultancy service. The laboratory is designed following ISO requirement for sensory evaluation. It has a preparation room equipped with chiller and freezer, microwave oven, cooking range, utensils for food preparation and service, a conference room for group discussions, hand washing station, and 10 partitioned evaluation booths with computers, controlled lighting, noise, and temperature. One of FNRI SEL's best assets are the trained and experienced managers, sensory analysts, and sensory panelists. The laboratory employs internationally acceptable and validated test methods and computerized data collection through their customized eSEL software. FNRI SEL offers various services to help food industries with their product development. Consumer acceptability and preference test helps identify which flavor, smell, texture, and appearance is preferred. Descriptive and sensory profiling test includes development of language for product significant attributes and creates its sensory blueprint. Difference test is a procedure used for quality monitoring of in-between batch consistency or changes of product quality through time. Other services: seminars and trainings on sensory evaluation, panelist recruitment and training, consultation on experimental design, computerized data collection. The sensory facilities are used to educate students, entrepreneurs, technical staff of food industries, as well as managers and decision makers on the science of food acceptance. Knowledge on sensory evaluation helps identify which flavors, smell, texture, and appearance deliver to the highest consumer likings. How to avail the services? FNRI SEL plans to extend their sensory evaluation expertise to meet the needs of food-related and consumer products industries. Future endeavors for FNRI SEL, which will ensure consumer perception will be the heart of FNRI food innovation, are the following: infrastructure development to cater testing for appearance, odor, texture, taste, development of expert panels, computerization of data management system with application of sensometrics to extract information from large sensory data, and development of staff competency on fields of flavor science, human behavior, and statistics. The final judge of food quality is our customer. Understand customer insights and consider sensory evaluation as a tool to measure customer satisfaction. Thinking quality? Thinking sensory? Talk to us. In the food industry, ensuring the quality and safety of consumer products is always the priority. To meet this need, food manufacturers frequently rely on food testing laboratories to determine the nutritional content of food products and to examine its possible microbial and chemical contaminants to comply with regulatory requirements. Philippine regulatory bodies take the lead in ensuring that local laboratories have the capability to generate internationally acceptable analytical data. One of their bases in evaluating the competence of laboratory is the result of their continuous participation in proficiency testing scheme. Proficiency testing is an effective tool to determine the performance of a laboratory through an inter-laboratory comparison. DOST-FNRI, through its proficiency testing laboratory, provides affordable, accessible, and reliable PT programs to support testing laboratories in their ISO 17025 accreditation. From 2006 to date, PT rounds were organized based on international standard, which includes PT on physical-chemical analysis on different food matrices. These FNRI PT rounds were participated in by 20 to 70 local and foreign laboratories. Seminars, trainings, or workshops are also organized after every PT round where participating laboratories are provided with knowledge that may possibly help them to improve their laboratory performance. Currently, the Proficiency Testing Laboratory of the DOST-FNRI is the only ISO IEC 17043-2010 accredited proficiency testing provider in the Philippines, and is able to sustain and continuously expand its accreditation for 8 years. Aside from providing PT schemes, the laboratory also offers reference materials generated from PT rounds, which can be used for quality assurance purposes. Announcements on how to participate in the FNRI PT rounds, results of the current PT round, available reference material of the FNRI PTL, and their future plans are all made available in the IFNRI website.
The FNRI Service Laboratory is an ISO IEC 17025 accredited laboratory which is composed of 3 laboratories. It is the focal agency of the Department of Science and Technology for Nutrition Labeling and is recognized by the Philippine FDA for nutrition labeling and by BFAR for marine food products analysis. It is the only laboratory in the Philippines that is capable to analyze serum vitamin A and urinary iodine excretion. Initially mandated to conduct researches on biological parameters and support the laboratory needs of various in-house food research and development projects, FNRI-SL has continuously expanded and has offered its services also to the public. The chemical laboratory is equipped with instruments that allow proximate determination and physical-chemical analysis of foods. Also, our laboratory is equipped with state-of-the-art modern instruments such as high-performance liquid chromatography, gas chromatography, atomic absorption spectrophotometer, graphite furnace-equipped AAS, automatic analyzer, WYD iodine checker, and the UV-Vis spectrophotometer is currently used for developing methods and water quality assessment. In the biochemical laboratory, other modern instrumentation are being used in order to support the National Nutrition Survey, medical research institutions, LGUs, non-government and international organizations. Having continuously participated and showed satisfactory results in the quality assurance programs of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Biochem Lab offers now a wide range of tests. Meanwhile, the Microbiological Lab is a food laboratory offering a range of tests covering spoilage, indicator and pathogenic microorganisms in food and water samples. The Microlab offers the following: Also, the Microlab conducts isolation and identification of pathogenic microorganisms in food that are of significance to public health. Recently, the laboratory has also started performing molecular pathogen detection in food and bacterial cultures. Using the technology of real-time polymerase chain reaction, detection of Salmonella and Vibrio has become more rapid and accurate, as we are committed to deliver high-quality and timely services. The laboratory is maintained by well-trained, experienced, and PRC-registered chemists and chemical technicians, medical technologists, and registered microbiologists on analysis of different samples. Aside from our commitment to maintain quality data generation, FNRI SL also holds trainings and continuous consultation to customers and stakeholders. In the future, the laboratory aims to expand its services by offering specialized tests to the public. In order to do this, we commit to continuously develop methods and train our laboratory staff for excellence and quality service.
Isang magandang makaagham na umaga sa ating lahat. Please settle down as we're about to begin in a few minutes. Okay? To make this event running smoothly, here are some reminders. For proper identification, please use this Zoom name format. Your office name followed by your name. If in case you get disconnected, please click the same Zoom link again. Don't forget to log your attendance using the link provided in the chat box. For those who cannot access the Zoom address, you may watch this event live on our YouTube channel. Thank you. Muli, isang magandang makaagham na umaga sa ating lahat. We are glad that you are able to join us for the 10th DOST Virtual Flag Raising Ceremony on the first Monday for the month of May 2021. I am Justin Dominic M. Rupido from the DOST-Food and Nutrition Research Institute, and it is our honor and privilege to be your host for today. Let us first acknowledge the presence of our beloved DOST Secretary, the Honorable Fortunato T. de la Peña. Also, let us acknowledge the presence of other DOST officials, including those in the regions and provinces. To start the program, let us show our sign of respect as we sing the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by the doxology through song. This will be followed by panunumpa ng katapatan sa watawat ng Pilipinas, panunumpa ng lingkod bayan, ang awit ng serbisyo sibil, at ang himig DOST.
Sabay-sabay po natin awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Magiging perlas ng silanganan, harap ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinihang, duyang tanang magiting, sa manluluting, ipapasisihin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simay, sa langit mong bugaw, idilagang tula, awit sa bayang minamahal. Ang paskat ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Here. Nasaan yung plancha? Mamaya mamalaga. Pang-time lang kay Gilbert. Just wait, ano.
Ating itaas ang kanang kamay at sabay-sabay nating bigkasin ang panunumpa ng katapatan sa watawat ng Pilipinas. Ako ay Pilipino, buong katapatang nanunumpa, sa watawat ng Pilipinas, at sa bansang kanyang sinasagisag, na may dangal, katarungan at kalayaan, na pinakikilos ng sambayanang, makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa.
Panunumpa ng lingkod bayan. Ako ay isang lingkod bayan. Katungkulan ko ang maglingkod ng buong katapatan at kahusayan, at makatulong sa katatagan at kaunlaran ng aking bayan. Sisikapin kong patuloy na maragdagan ang aking kaalaman. Magiging bahagi ako ng kaayusan at kapayapaan sa pamahalaan. Susunod at tutulong ako sa pagpapatupad ng mga umiiral na batas at alituntunin ng walang kinikilingan. Isaalang-alang ko ang interes ng nakararami bago ang pansarili kong kapakanan. Isusulong ko ang mga programang mag-aangat sa antas ng kabuhayan ng mamamayan. Aktibo akong makikibahagi sa mga dakilang layunin sa lipunan. Hindi ako magiging bahagi at isisiwalat ko ang anumang katiwaliang makaaabot sa aking kaalaman. Gagawin kong kapaki-pakinabang ang bawat sandali. Sa lahat ng panahon, sisikapin kong makatugon sa mga hamon sa lingkod bayan. Ang lahat ng ito para sa ating dakilang lumikha at sa ating bayan. Kasihanawa ako ng may kapal.
Ang serbisyo sipil ng bayan ko, lingkod na tunay ngayon kailanman. Laging tumutulong, laging nagpapayo, at sa kawali ay siyang patnubay. Ang serbisyo sipil ay tanghalin, ito ay ating dakilain. Maging tapat winang sa ating tungkulin, pagligulang lagi bayang giliw. Ang serbisyo sipil ay lingkod na tanging, payo natin ito'y ating ipagpunyin. Mabuhay! Ang serbisyo sipil ng bayan ko, lingkod na tunay ngayon kailanman. Laging tumutulong, laging nagpapayo, at sa kawali ay siyang patnubay. Ang serbisyo sipil ay tanghalin, ito ay ating dakilain. Maging tapat winang sa ating tungkulin, maglingkod ang lagi bayang giliw. Dumating na ang bagong pag-asa ng ating bansang sinisinta. Ang DOST ay sumilang na, lingkod ang bayan sa tuwina. Pagtuklas ng bagong kanuntungan sa ibang uring agam. Ang itika sa ganahan at kaunlaran ng ating lipunan. Ibandera ang kanyang sagisa, kay tanda ng pagsisikap. Pag-unlad ating pangarap ay biyayang malalasang. Magpugay tayo ng sabay-sabay, mabuhay, mabuhay ang DOST. Ang siyensya'y sandigan na maunlad na bayan. Layunin nakita at may pagkakapuri, pagkaisa ng dalangin para sa ilang bayan. Mabuhay, mabuhay ang DOST. Ang siyensya'y sandigan na maunlad na bayan. Layunin
Let us acknowledge first the presence of our DOST-FNRI Director 4 and Scientist 2 Director Imelda Angeles Agdepa. Together with her is our Deputy Director, Director 3, Dr. Anthony P. Calibo. Let us also acknowledge the presence of our former Director, Dr. Mario V. Capansan. To grace us with a message for our virtual flag raising ceremony this morning, let us all welcome our Department Secretary, the Honorable Fortunato T. de la Peña. A warm round of virtual applause, please. Good morning po, Secretary.
Gandang umaga sa lahat. Ako ba'y naririnig na ninyo?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so siguro tatlong bahagi ang aking mensahe ngayong araw na ito. Una sa lahat ay kinalulungkot natin ang pagpanaw ni Dr. Patricio Pailon, ang dating Executive Director ng PICARD or Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources, RNB. Natatandaan ko nung una akong ma-seconded sa Department of Science and Technology, o ang tawag noon ay National Science and Technology Authority bago naging department ng 1987. Ito ay noong 1982, ako ang officer in charge, head ng planning service. At ang una kong naka-meeting na taga-PICARD ay si Dr. Pailon. Kami ni Dr. Pailon ay pareho ng age, no? Pareho kaming ipinanganak noong 1949. Ang topic namin noon ay yung kanyang kino-coordinate na program, research program sa PICARD, at ito ay may kinalaman sa goat racing, yung mga Anglo-Nubian goats, at kung paano ito i-raise dito sa atin sa Pilipinas. Karaan noon, sa pabalik-balik kong secondment sa DOST, nakita ko ang pagtaas sa katungkulan ni Dr. Pailon hanggang sa nung ako ay maging undersecretary na, siya naman ay executive director ng PICARD. At marami naging kontribusyon si Dr. Pailon sa PICARD. Unang-una na ay siya, bago pa maging required sa atin ng ISO certification, ang nanguna sa pagpapa-ISO certification ng PICARD at yung sali sa doon sa quality award, ano. At si Dr. Pailon din ay maraming nagawang mga partnerships with international organizations dealing with agriculture research. Sa kanyang panahon din, nangyari ang pag-merge ng PICARD at PICAMARD. Kaya ang PICARD ay hindi lang sa agriculture, kaya naging aquatic, kasama na aquatic, fisheries, and marine sciences sa sektor ng PICARD. Si Dr. Pailon ay isang masugid din sa pagpapalakas ng human resources ng kanyang institusyon, ang PICARD, at talagang isinulong niya na umangat ang kanyang mga kasama sa PICARD sa kanilang mga attainment at sa kanilang mga training. Nagdaan ng panahon, naging sickly si Dr. Pailon kahit nang siya ay executive director pa, at yun ay may kinalaman sa kanyang sakit sa puso na siya ring dahilan ng kanyang pagpanaw kahapon ba o 2 days ago. At bukas ng gabi ay magkakaroon na kami ng PICARD at ang DOST ng parangal virtual kay Dr. Pailon. Pagdasal natin si Dr. Pailon at ang kanyang pamilyang naiwan. Sa iba namang magagandang balita ay pinatutuwa ko ang pagiging hit ng launching ng enhanced Nutriband. Gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo na ako ay merong kapatid na babae na walang absent. Siya ay nasa Amerika pero hindi siya nag-absent sa pag-watch ng DOST report every Friday afternoon dito sa atin, 4 to 5 p.m. So sa kanila sa New Jersey, New York area ay 4 to 5 a.m. Hindi niya nami-miss yun. At siningle out nga niya nung kanyang feedback. Every time nag-feedback siya at natutuwa siya sa ating report. Tatlo ang kanyang major comments. Unang-una, natutuwa siya doon sa project na sinuportahan ng PCHRD na isinagawa naman ng Open University, yung tungkol sa aruga sa batang may cancer. Ito ay isang pioneering program that aims to alleviate the health burden among pediatric patients diagnosed with cancer. At ang i-develop nila ay isang website na focus on the delivery of palliative care services. Dahil dito sa programa na ito ay maraming magulang ng mga batang may cancer, mga health workers, nurses, doktor, ang nakinabang na ito sa website na ito. Unang-una, siguro i-single out sa mga magulang, malaking bagay na hindi na sila kailangan pumunta sa ospital para magkonsulta sa doktor. Okay? Dahil pwede na itong parang telehealth consultation na ito, teleconsultation. Imagine, ang pagta-travel kasi mula sa kanilang lugar, lalo na yung mga nasa regions, papunta sa ospital ay napakalaking effort at napakalaking hirap para doon sa batang may sakit na magbiyahe ng malayo. Kaya ito ay pinagpapasalamat nila. At marami na ring nakatapos na mga doktor doon sa kanilang isinagawang kurso para dito. Okay? At meron na 127 na nag-enroll, meron na 11 na nakagraduate. At doon naman sa mga tawag ay, although ito ay malungkot na title, End of Life Nursing Education Consortium course, okay? Meron silang 682 enrollees and 272 completers of the course. Ang comment na aking ate, sabi niya, sana ay meron din ganitong website para sa mga adult cases ng cancer. Anyway, ang kanyang pangalawang komentaryo ay tungkol sa feature namin na mga heads of companies na nag-adapt, nagpa-license ng technology ng ating mga DOST Research and Development Institute. So doon sa mga nakapanood, nakapakinig ng ating DOST report ng Friday, ang na-feature natin ay yung adapter ng technology ng ITDI tungkol sa kanilang acetator, volumeter, so wine making equipment, okay? Sa fermentation, yung din feature sa MIRDC naman, yung marami na siyang in-adapt na technology katulad nung sa spray dryer, sa vacuum fryer, water retort pala at saka sa vacuum fryer. At ang recently nga ay siya yung nagpa-license para doon sa kanilang tikog presser, para madaling i-prepare yung mga materials na sa mga dahon ng tikog, lalo na ito sa summer area, na siya ngayon ginagamit sa mga local products katulad ng mga bags, ng mga banig. At ngayon ay uso-uso na ang packaging material na gamit ay mga dahon. At yung isa naman ay adapter ng FPRDI, yung kanilang bamboo flattening equipment. At ang kanilang adapter ay hindi na rin bago. Marami rin siyang mai-adapt na mga teknolohiya mula sa FPRDI at ngayon nga ang latest niya ay itong kanyang bamboo flattening equipment. At ang pang-apat dun sa present namin ng mga technologies for commercialization, kasi yung pang-lima ay yung aruga sa batang may cancer na ang tawag natin ay technology for public good. So wala ka namang ini-expect na income or licensing fee dyan. Pero doon sa mga teknolohiya na i-develop, intended for commercialization, meron tayong nakukuhang licensing fee at saka royalties. So doon sa huli ay ang pagkaka-adapt ng nutrients Okay? Of course, ang inadapt nila yung enhanced Nutriban. Wala namang bayad din. Pagkakaalam ko sa pagka-transfer niyan. Pero siya kasi ay marami ng inadapt na technologies, lalo na yung mga complementary food at saka yung mga special food for special targeted sectors at saka yung mga yung ating mga pagkain katulad ng itong rice na at saka yung iodized salt, okay? Yung rice na hinahaluan na para magkaroon ng enough iron, ano? At yung tungkol sa mga brown rice technology. At nakakatuwa kasi kaya yun ay single out na puri ng aking atin na napakagandang programa yang pagta-transfer ng technology sa mga enterprises. At ang panghuli nga ay yung kanyang comment na nagkamali pa nga siya ng spelling. Sabi niya, natutuwa naman ako sa inyong enchanted Nutriban. Nagkamali lang siya ng spelling. Enhanced ang kanyang dapat sinabi. So, ang nasabi niya ay enchanted. At inadmit naman niya ang kanyang typo error. Pero marami kasing feedback dyan sa enhanced Nutriban na itong pagkaka-launch natin ng enhanced Nutriban using carrot. Okay? At marami nagtatanong kung saan ba mabibili yan. Ano? Ang ating kasing mga buyers, mga licensees, karaniwan ay pinoproduce nila yan para makasupply sila sa mga big buyers like DepEd, ng DSWD, at ng mga local government units para i-supply sa kanilang mga bata sa kanilang lugar. At yan ay parang yan ay yung pumalit sa mga hot meals na ibinibigay sa mga batang nangangailangan ng tulong sa kanilang mga meals. Ano? So ang enhanced Nutriban, alam natin, ay parang revival ng enhanced Nutriban nung bandang 70s and 80s. Okay? At marami pang mga magulang na nakakatanda yan. Kaya yung isa nga na meet ko dito sa aming neighborhood, sabi niya, siya daw ay nakinabang sa Nutriban nung siya ay nag-aaral pa. At kaya siya ay, pero ngayon wala na naman siya anak na nag-aaral at malalaki na rin. So sabi niya, saan ba ako makakabili ng enhanced Nutriban? Gusto kong makakain uli ng Nutriban. Kaya ni-request ko si Director Agdepa na bigyan ako ng listahan ng mga licenses na natin. And I found out that I think there are 79 licenses spread all over the regions na nagpo-produce na ng enhanced Nutriban. So pinapapost ko yun para yung mga tao alam nila kung hindi man sila buyer in bulk, no? Saan ba sila makakakuha niyan? Katulad ng nung adapter na pinicture natin sa interview nung sa DOST report, ang Nutridents, sinabi nila na sa kanilang mall doon sa kanilang lugar sa La Union ay Pangasinan. Ay saan ba yung Santa Barbara? Pangasinan. Ay meron silang naka-tracking supply doon sa grocery section ng mall ng enhanced Nutriban. No? And I was surprised na one licensee has a capacity to produce 30,000 Nutribans a day. So kaya aking minamadali si Director Agdepa after the squash and the carrot. Sabi ko, madaliin na ninyo yung enhanced Nutriban na may kahalong yellow sweet potato. At ang sagot naman niya, hindi lang po yellow, pati ube, na kulay ubing sweet potato ay gagamitin namin para sa another sa variant of our enhanced Nutriban. Congratulations, FNRI, for that relatively, shall we say, simple technology, and yet it has such a big impact. Congratulations sa inyo.
Salamat, sir.
Meron tayong mga bagong appointments, ano? At hindi ko lang dala yung listahan ng kanilang mga pangalan, pero tayo ay may bago ng director. Sila ay nanumpa sa akin noong April 15, si Dr. Franz De Leon, ang bagong director ng Advanced Science and Technology Institute or ASTIC. Siya ay on secondment, Associate Professor of Electrical Engineering sa UP College of Engineering. At siya ay nagtapos ng kanyang PhD sa United Kingdom at meron siyang specialization on signals, digital signals. At ang atin namang bagong director ng Planning and Evaluation Service, Dr. Pedraza, okay, ay nanumpa na rin noong April 15, siya ay galing sa private sector. Meron din tayong bagong Deputy Director sa ITDI handling the research and development. Okay? Hindi ko ngayon hawak ang kanyang pangalan, but siya ay dating Technology Licensing Officer sa UP Manila. Meron din tayong bagong head ng Program Coordination and Evaluation Staff sa Planning and Evaluation Service, si Elizabeth Aladel. At pagkatapos niya mga appointments, meron din akong announcement na para dito sa taong involved, palagay ko siya ay masaya na. Okay? Dahil malaki ang kanya na-accomplish during his stint with the Department of Science and Technology, both with the Food and Nutrition Research Institute, where he served for a long number of years, since his area of expertise is food technology, and then he spent, I think, probably close to 2 decades at the Technology Application and Promotion Institute as director. Our dear Director Edgar Garcia will retire on May 7. Okay? Compulsory retirement na po. So hindi na niya maitatago ang kanyang edad. At siguro ito ay gusto ko ding ibalita dahil excited ako dito. Ito ay nabanggit ko lang kay Yusek Geb Guevara na sana ako ay magkaroon ng umpisa itong naiisip nating PhD by research, okay, na magiging partnership ng specific universities with our research and development institutes. At napakabilis ng aksyon na ginawa ni Yusek Geb sa pakikipag-usap sa Appropriate Research and Development Institute na sa tingin niya ay merong ready na capability to do that, at sa isang universidad na meron ding interest at meron ding kakayahan na siyang mag-award ng degree, PhD by research. So hopefully by the end of this week, we will execute the agreement between the Industrial Technology Development Institute and of course DOST and the Mapua University and the Science Education Institute for the PhD by research offering and scholarships, of course, under SEI na magiging partnership ng Mapua University at Industrial Technology Development Institute. Kaya yung mga may interest, okay, mag-inquire na dahil ito ay covered ng DOST graduate scholarships. Okay? At ang unang programa natin sa PhD by research ay in the field of nanotechnology. So yung mga may interest na maging unang scholars para sa PhD by research in nanotechnology, mag-inquire na sa ating Industrial Technology Development Institute, at for the scholarship rules naman ay sa Science Education Institute kay Dr. Annabel Briones at kay Dr. Joseph Bio. At nakikita ko na magkakaroon ng mga unang estudyante sa pagbubukas ng school year 2021-2022, at yan naman ay hopefully kahit na tapos na ang administrasyon na kinabibilangan ko, ay magpatuloy ang pagkakaroon ng ganyang mga bagong programa, PhD by research, at yan ay magiging kapakipakinabang hindi lamang doon sa mga scholars, okay? At inaasahan ko na mayroong mga magiging scholars within the institutes themselves At yan ang maging pakipakinabang doon sa Research and Development Institute. Kasi ang scholars diyan ay full-time diyan sa Research and Development Institute na gagawa ng research, makakadagdag sa kanilang human resources na magsasagawa ng kanilang research sa programa, priority programs in that area. So, nabanggit ko na ang aking unang bahagi. Kasi 3 bahagi po ito. 1/3 pa lang po yung natapos ko. Gusto ko lang banggitin na mayroong mga ilang balita dito sa ating April 30 DOST report na marami ang nag-feedback o naging interesado. Halimbawa, itong pagkaka-report natin ng pagkaka-develop ng kadyos as skin antibiotic na isinagawa ni Dr. Doralyn Dalisay, isang balik scientist na siya ring katulong nagtayo ng Pharmaceutical Development Center sa University of San Agustin. Nung palang una siyang nandito noong 2016 ay sinimulan niya ang kanyang proyekto kasama ang mga undergraduate students sa University of San Agustin para mag-screen ng 20 bins na available o makikita sa Panay Island. At mula sa 20 bins na yan ay kadyos lamang ang nakita niyang very promising in terms of antibacterial activity. So, isinagawa ang pagre-research para dito sa novel study na ito for the development of kadyos as skin antibiotic. Ang kanyang title ng project ay Chemical and Biological Characterization of Pure and Bioactive Compounds from Kadyos Seeds and its Topical Formulation Studies. So, sa ngayon, meron na silang collaboration between the University of San Agustin, a pharmaceutical company, Maridan, and the DOST-PCHRD to further develop the topical formulation of kadyos against skin infections that are caused by Staphylococcus aureus, which is a major pathogen causing skin diseases such as boils and cuts, and is now resistant to most of the clinically available antibiotics like erythromycin, clindamycin, and vancomycin. Meron din akong report na related din sa FNRI, at ito naman ay ang pagde-develop ng FNRI. They have started looking into the prebiotic properties of functional food products. So ito ay research na ang aim ay makadevelop ng food products with prebiotic properties using locally available materials. So ako ay, alam nyo naman, ang background ko ay engineering. So ni-research ko pa ang pagkakaiba ng prebiotic at saka probiotic. So yung palang probiotic, yun talaga yung mga pwede natin kainin na bacteria, nagkaalaman ng bacteria na nakatutulong sa atin, katulad ng Yakult. At yun naman prebiotic, yun naman yung kinakain ng bacteria. So this is a type of functional food which selectively enhance the activity of some groups of beneficial bacteria and provides health benefits in the large intestine, reduces risk of non-communicable diseases, and increases the absorption of nutrients and minerals. So itanong natin later sa FNRI, ano na ba ang mga na-research ninyo na sources na raw materials niyan. At isang I think gusto ko ding ibalita ay itong ating DOST card ay nagsimula na i-link nila ang kanilang mga fruit farmers sa mga food processing firms. Malaking bagay yan, at yan ay masasabi nating bahagi sa ating Smart Food Value Chain program. So lalo na yung mga fruits na relatively underutilized in the Philippines. Meron kasi silang project, ang PICARD dyan, na yung Rapid Market Appraisal for Underutilized Fruits in the Philippines, na yan ngayon ang kanilang sinusubukang i-link sa mga fruit processors. At naalala ko tuloy dahil pag dumadaan ako sa C5, doon sa may lugar ng bridge, may naka-advertise doon na malalaking actually giant cans of fruit juices. Palagay ko sa Rubina yun, URC, na ang kanilang mga flavor ay guava, tamarind, okay? At yung ibang mga, yun nga, it will fall under the category of underutilized fruits. Kaya itong itong nililink ng ating Picard, no? Meron na silang unang malaking food processor na nakilink sa Picard. Itong guava, okay? Sour soup, gaybano ata yun, ano? Yung tinatawag nila sugar apple at saka ang tamarind, no? So abangan natin ang mangyayari dito dahil siguro ito ay masusubukan din ng mga gumagamit na ating food innovation centers. At siguro gusto ko din lang i-report still under our DOST report na ang atin namang Office of the Undersecretary for Regional Operations ay nakipagpulong sa Singapore Cooperation Enterprise na ito ang actually ang nagli-lead ng public sector collaboration and partnership sa Singapore with foreign governments to generate economic spin-offs and also to support science and technology projects at ang kanilang possible cooperation ay may kinalaman sa food safety. Isang magandang balita rin, ang ating dinevelop ng Region 6 na SPAS, which is a travel management system, just using your phones, ay ini-adapt nga siya nationwide ng IATF at as of last reporting earlier this week, or late last week, ang kanilang adapters na ay 83 out of 121 provinces, chartered cities na put together yung kanilang numbers, no? So napakaganda po niyan at nag-hit na sila ng 700,000 registrations. Ito na yung mga travelers na ay sinubok ng gamitin ang SPAS. Okay? Kaya nung nag-meeting kami nung last week, ay para tingnan ang mga areas for improvement as given, okay, from the feedback by the users. And isang announcement din siguro doon sa celebration ng World Intellectual Property Day. Actually, mamaya ay simula na ng kanilang international webinars sa WIPO, ay isa sa 14 na mga enterprises na i-feature bilang mga nakinabang sa kanilang IP sa pagiging sustainable at pag-unlad ng kanilang mga kumpanya ay isang galing sa Pilipinas. At ito ay ang J-Red Food Processing featured na i-feature nila na from the Region 10 or Cagayan de Oro. Sila po ang gumagawa ng Don Rogelio Coffee. At siguro bilang nakatutuwang proyekto, gusto ko din banggitin para ma-inspire naman yung ating ibang mga agencies and regional units to think of ways by which we can help our marginalized sectors. At ito po ay ang proyekto ng Region 3. I'm sure nakatulong dito ang Science and Technology Information Institute sa pagtulong nila sa pagpo-provide ng teaching aids sa mga AITA schools in Pampanga. Ang kanilang tinulungan ay ang Calapi Negrito Elementary School sa Mabalacat, ang Marcos Village Elementary School sa Mabalacat din, at ang Nabuklod Integrated School in Florida Blanca. At laking pasasalamat. Ang ipinagkaloob natin dito ay teaching equipment through our CEST program. Okay? Una-una na yung kanilang natanggap na solar-powered equipment that will enable yung mga buong range ng K-12 na may learning modules in science and math that are designed to enrich the classroom experience of both learners and teachers. So binigyan sila ng research-based openly operated kiosk stations or Starbooks, which is a digital library that can be accessed without internet connectivity. At of course, may kasama ding feeding program yung kanilang intervention. Siyempre, kasama dyan ang mga produkto ng FNRI. At panghuli dito sa aking, hindi ko na binasan lahat, pero ang gusto kong banggitin ay ang pagkaka-unveil ng DOST-Shared ng 100 completed innovative projects okay, na sa iba't ibang sektor, mula sa food, sa artificial intelligence, sa space technology, sa infrastructure, sa energy, at iba pa, emerging technologies sa mga natapos na proyekto nila. At kung ano-ano ang status nito, kung ito ba ay maaari ng ilipan for commercialization o kailangan pa ng further product development projects o kailangan pa ba ng further research. Tapos na po yung part 2. Pasensya na kayo at mahaba ang aking sharing ngayon. Ang panghuli ko po, third part, ako po in-interview na isang kaibigan natin, na partner din natin sa pag-disseminate ng information about science and technology, si Carl Balita. In-interview niya ako bilang isa sa mga respondent sa isang survey na gagawin niyang libro. But I don't think he will mind. I-share ko sa inyo yung mga sagot ko sa kanya mga tanong. Una, tanong niya, ano ang mga specific moments during the pandemic when you felt most alive and complete and happiest? And why is this your peak experience? Okay? So, iigsian ko na lang ang sagot ko dito. I felt some kind of a high during this pandemic when the DOST, which has been supporting different projects, made breakthroughs during the pandemic itself. We were early in coming up with a disease model called FASTER, which came from our technology platform on disease modeling from the dengue model that we had. We were able to easily shift to the COVID-19 disease modeling. And up to now, it is still the official model being used by IATF in trying to make forecasts on the effects of policy changes or the adoption of policies regarding the management of disease. I was also very happy when our supported project on the development of PCR diagnostic kit, okay, developed by researchers from UP National Institutes of Health, immediately responded, okay, to the need to develop our local PCR test, and so it was actually commercialized by Manila Health Tech Corporation, which is actually owned by the researchers themselves, mostly by the researchers themselves, and was given FDA approval as early as April 3, 2021. If remember, nag-lockdown tayo simula ay March. Okay? Then, the recent news about our local ventilators, 3 that were supported by Fishered, at idagdag na rin natin yung isang tinutulungan ng MIRDC without Fishered funding support, ay nakapasa na sa mechanical and electrical tests that are needed for the third party certification. And so I felt very happy about this. This is a first step towards producing more units of these local ventilators before we get approval for the clinical trials in hospitals. And I'm very positive that we will get the approval so we can test our local ventilators soon through clinical trials. And then, of course, I felt very good when we were able to complete the first clinical trials on virgin coconut oil, VCO, which we conducted in Santa Rosa Community Hospital. It had participants coming from the suspects and probable groups, but had symptoms. So this was a project that was a joint collaboration between DOST Calabarzon and DOS and our FNRI, with support from the Philippine Coconut Authority and the Santa Rosa local LGU, which owns the Santa Rosa Community Hospital. And of course, the other thing that made me happy was the recent pronouncement by our president saying that he wants to attain vaccine self-reliance in our country and that it will be his legacy. To me, that was already a statement, kind of a statement of support to our proposed creation of the Virology Science and Technology Institute of the Philippines, which will do the studies on viruses, whether it attacks humans, animals, or crops. What? Okay, meron pa dito mga ibang tanong. Hindi ko na babasahin lahat. What have you learned during the pandemic that makes you prepared for an ideal future? What have you learned that you would not have learned if not for the pandemic? So sabi ko, I learned the following, that it is better to have hope than to have hatred. During this pandemic, we tend to blame so many people. However, I would prefer that we just be patient and keep on hoping. Secondly, I have learned that it's better to have joy in whatever blessing that we have rather than focus on sadness. There are so many things that make us sad, the difficulties we encounter, the loss of friends and other constraints that we face, but I think that there are things that we can look at that gives us joy. For me, it is better to look at these things that give us joy rather than focus more on those that give us sadness. And in a jolly mood, I said, since most people have to stay home, I would say na pwede pala tayong magsama-sama 24/7 sa bahay nang hindi nag-aaway. Anyway, I would like to close by sharing with you this prayer, which is a favorite of mine, okay? Particularly the message that it imparts to us. So I will request the sharing of the screen for this prayer, which closes my message.
Make me a channel of your peace. When there is hatred, let me bring your love. When there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And when there's doubt, your faith in you. Make me a channel of your peace. When there's despair in life, let me bring hope. When there is darkness, only light. And when there's sadness, ever joy. Oh, Master, grant that I may never seek so much to be consoled or to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, in giving to all men that we receive, and in dying that we're born to eternal life. Oh, Master, grant that I may never seek so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. When there's despair in life, let me bring hope. When there is darkness, only light. And when there's sadness, ever joy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. May we have all have a happy new month of May, a new happy week, and may we'll always be blessed. Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga. Pasensya na sa aking mahabang message.
Thank you so much to our DOST Secretary De La Peña. That was an inspiring and very informative message to start our month, and paired with a moving rendition of the Prayer of St. Francis from one of our homegrown talents, Miss Leia Landicho. She's a food technologist by profession and is one of FNRI's Technology Transfer Officer and IP Manager here at DOST FNRI. We would like to extend our warm greetings to our 700 plus viewers in YouTube, apart from the 460 plus participants here in our Zoom address. At this juncture, let us hear a song of intermission from DOST-FNRI's Hapag Awit Singers.
If my people will humble themselves and pray, if they seek my face and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins. I will hear from heaven and heal their land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sin and heal our broken land. Lord, we bow our knee, we humble ourselves and pray. Lord, we seek your face and humble ourselves and turn from our wicked ways. Father, in your mercy, forgive our sins. Father, in your mercy, come heal our land. God, heal our land.
Thank you to our Hapag Awit singers for their stirring rendition of the song Heal Our Land. In addition to the announcements of Secretary de la Peña, we would like to call on our DOST FNRI Director, Dr. Imelda Angeles Sagdepa, for some announcements. Good morning, Doc.
Thank you, Doms. Good morning, Doms. Thank you. And to our secretary, other members of the DOST Execom, regional directors, provincial directors, and other colleagues in the DOST system, good morning. We are very happy for joining us virtually during this morning flag ceremony. At this juncture also, I think the whole institute is really pleased and happy to announce that at around past 6 p.m. last Friday, we received a good news from the institute, wherein we were awarded a recognition for the proficiency in quality management by the DTI Competitiveness Bureau during their 23rd Philippine Quality Award Assessment Cycle. We were assessed one day after my oath taking as a director. So, of course, the team, the MANCOM, had a sleepless night for the preparation. With this outstanding accomplishment, we are actually indebted to our previous director, Dr. Mario Capansana, and of course, to the DOST system for the support. For without this support received by the Institute from you, we will never be having this kind of outstanding accomplishment. Salamat po ng marami. Thank you, Doms.
Thank you so much, Director Agdepa. Here are some more announcements. We are encouraging various food manufacturers and interested technology adopters to partake in the newly launched enhanced Nutriban carrot variant and the previously launched squash variant. To have a better understanding of what this is about, let us all watch this video.
Ito ang bago, Enhanced Nutriban with Carrots. Try nyo! Dahil Enhanced Nutriban, healthy rin to. Siksik ito sa vitamina at minerals tulad ng vitamina A, iron, calcium, potassium at zinc bukod sa enerhiya at proteinang dulot nito. Higit sa lahat, ito ay zero trans fat and no cholesterol. At meron pa rin milky taste na tiyak magugustuhan ng buong pamilya.
Parehas lang naman yung production process nung nauna naming enhance ng iban. Except dun sa mga ingredient, may mga ibang ingredient lang na nandito ngayon sa enhance sa new variant ng enhance nutriban na wala dun sa unang variant ng aming enhance nutriban. Natagalan din kami dun sa mga analysis namin in terms dun sa nutrient, sa financial, kasi ang pinaka-objective din namin dito sa pag-develop ng aming new variant, gusto namin halos medyo magkalapit lang yung nutrient nitong new variant at saka yung namunang enhanced nutriban. At also, dun sa pricing, dapat halos magkalapit lang din yung price nila. Para in case na itong maging option ng aming mga technology adapter na kanilang i-produce, hindi sila mahihirapan in terms dun sa price. At saka dun sa mga consumer din na mag-a-avail itong enhanced nutriban, hindi rin sila mahihirapan at saka suitable sa kanila yung mga nutrient na nakapaloob nitong new variant. Kasi halos parehas lang naman ang content ng new variant at saka yung nauna namin enhanced nutriban. Thank you.
Here are some announcements from other DOST agencies. From the National Academy of Science and Technology, the submission of entries for the 2021 DOST NSTW Outstanding Technology Commercialization Award is extended until May 31, 2021. The special episode of Science Teach, a virtual symposium for the youth of the National Capital Region, will be conducted May 10, 2021 at 9 a.m. via Zoom and Facebook Live. The Scientific Career System, they are still accepting applications for admission and upgrading. The deadline of submission is on 30th June 2021. The Regional Scientific Meeting of the 43rd Annual Scientific Meeting of the National Academy of Science and Technology with the theme COVID-19 Pandemic, Learning from the Past, Coping with the Present, and Moving to the Next will be conducted on various dates Please don't forget to log your attendance using the link provided in the chat box. On behalf of the DOST-Food and Nutrition Research Institute, we would like to extend our gratitude to all of you for joining us in this month's virtual flag raising ceremony. We bid you a good morning and let's all stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Doms.
Thank you, Doms.
Dr. Mel.
Calipo, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, MNRI. Thank you, Director Mel. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, our
Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
Ano man po, sir.
sa lahat na nag-participate. Thank you.
Dying river ends.
No birds there fly over Paraiso. No space allows them to enter.
The smoke that screens the air, the grass that's never there.
And if I could see a single bird, what a joy. I tried to write some words and create a simple song to be heard by the rest of the world.
I live in this land called Paraiso, in a house made of cardboard floors and walls.
I learned to be free, Paraiso. Make it clean, anything I see.
Matching rags for the clothes, plastic bags for your clothes.
And if empty cats roll, I have what a joy. I never fight to take someone else's coins and leave it feel like the rest of the boys.
Paraiso,
Don't erase this day.
Paraiso, take me by the hand. Paraiso, make the world understand
That if I could see a single word, what a joy. Since that in hand, your life would respect some truth and hope and respect from the rest of the world. And if empty cans are all I have, what a joy. I never fight to take someone else's coins and leave it feel like the rest of the boys.
Paraiso,
Help me make a stand.
Paraiso,
Take me by the hand.
Paraiso, make the world understand.
That if I could see a single bird, what a joy. This time around, we like to respect some truth and hope and respect from the rest of the world.
Paraiso,
Help me make a stand.
Paraiso, take me by the hand. Paraiso, make the world understand that if I could see a single bird, what a joy. This child in hand, we lack in strength, so true and hope and respect for the rest.
That if I could see a single bird, what a joy. This died and all